Hello, today I will be discussing Reddit and its effects on interpersonal communication. Have you ever had to ask a question no matter what time of day it is? Did you want to find millions of pet photos or find the perfect location for your wedding? You can do all of that on Reddit. I've been an avid user for almost an entire year, and I've been looking over my friends' shoulders for years when they went on Reddit. OSU has its own subreddit or community. I will be going over the history of Reddit, how memes connect us, and the hive mind effect of Reddit. Getting started, let's look at its history. Reddit started in 2005 by two college best friends. There were no subreddits or communities at its start. Those came a year later in 2006. The first few subreddits were divided into two main categories, STEM and pop culture. But Reddit is only as good as what its users make it, so let's look at the pros of Reddit. Emily Merritt, whose thesis is titled Analysis of the Discourse of Internet Trolling, a Case Study of Reddit.com, which can be found on Mount Holyoke College's website, discusses how memes connected millions of users. So memes are, as Emily describes them, captioned photos using humor or information to join a group of people together. Now, what does memes have to do with interpersonal communication? They bond people over similar humor or interests, leading to friendships over the internet. Jennifer Kienzle, who wrote her thesis titled The Technological Factors of Reddit Communication and Identity on Relational Networks, which can be found on the University of Nebraska website, wrote about the different cultural perspectives on Reddit. She discussed how, through these different cultural perspectives, there became a greater discussion and acceptance, as well as an education on these cultures, which leads to bonding over foods and music and history, as well as learning about new people and new cultures and new locations. Now, not to sugarcoat anything, but there are negatives on Reddit as well. So let's look at the same coin, but a different side. Kienzle continues in her thesis and describes an identity gap. An identity gap is a different perception based off of what you see yourself as and what others see you as. And with the negative feedback comes a greater gap, which can be seen on subreddits such as Am I the Asshole or on political subreddits. The higher the bias, the higher the gap as well. Now, Richard Mills and Jess Betteridge both found that there is a hive mind effect in their theses. Jess Betterman wrote Oppression in the Reddit Hive Mind, tracing patterns of misogyny in electronic public spaces, which can be found on the Simon Fraser University website. He wrote that Reddit is primarily a sexist and anti-woman platform, which can be seen in men's rights subreddits and communities. Richard Mills, who wrote Researching Social News, Is Reddit.com a mouthpiece for the hive mind or a collective intelligence approach to information overlooked, which can be found on the Lancaster University website, wrote that Reddit leads to thousands of copycats and a WikiLeaks bias. Now, what do I mean when I say a WikiLeaks bias? This means that articles and posts written by or from WikiLeaks leads to a higher minority being judged. As you can see from this chart from Richard Mill's thesis, WikiLeaks and the CEO Julian Assange received neutral to positive reactions, whereas the government and media received negative reactions. This is a result of the WikiLeaks bias. This means that people are more likely to repost, reblog, or have a more positive reaction to things from WikiLeaks. This encourages the hive mind effect on Reddit, and out of all of the posts on Reddit, only 12 of them made the front page that day. In conclusion, Reddit has both ups and downs, but what social media platform doesn't? To review, Reddit was started in 2005 by two best friends. There is memes and cultural differences that help bond people together. However, there's also an identity gap and a hive mind effect on Reddit. Now, I ask you to go try Reddit for yourself. See that there are both positives and negatives, and decide for yourself whether Reddit is right for you. Now, Reddit, no matter what you think, has a firm grasp on interpersonal communication, and it doesn't plan on changing that.